Thank you. Please welcome Margalea to the podium, our next storyteller.
On becoming the Helen Keller of schizophrenia. From the minute we met in the pages of a library book I borrowed in 4th grade, I wanted to know your secret, Helen. How amazing and strange it was that you could not see or hear. What kept you from a dark and silent life? I could imagine being blind so long as you could hear the voices of people you love, or being deaf but still communicating through sign language. But what a nightmare to endure both at once. How did you break free from that? It seemed to me like magic. Your teacher, Annie, opened the door, but you had to choose to go through it. You two fought a fierce, stubborn battle over sitting at the table, eating off your plate with a spoon. You even fought over folding your napkin. Once you were willing to cooperate, the real learning began. You repeated the hand movements Annie taught you, even when it was just a confusing game. And then came the miracle at the water pump. You made the sound wah-wah, the same sound you made as a child for water. With your touch, you saw. With your mind, you heard. You were so excited to crack the code of language that you even spelled sign language into the paw of your dog. Annie continued to sign complete sentences in your hands, so you learned like every able child. You went on to make leaps of learning, becoming famous for communicating inspiration worldwide. I wanted to be like you, brave, smart, and loved. So what would it take? I tried an experiment. I sealed my eyes with masking tape, stuffed toilet paper into my ears. With a yardstick for a cane, I went tap, tap, tapping to the table around the house. I tripped over the cat, stubbed my toe, swore, didn't hear the call to come to supper. When my father led me to the table, I collided with the chair. I fumbled to find a napkin and slurped spaghetti all over my face. I barely lasted an hour. I'm sorry, Helen, but I cannot live your life. I love my senses too much. Now I live and struggle with the bewildering challenge of schizophrenia. I see and hear what no one else can. I have seen skin falling off a speaker's face, exposing her skull. I have come forward in worship to see the drowned body of a close friend where the communion bread belonged. I have shivered in a dark room, swallowed by an even darker cloud. A chorus of malicious voices has pursued me. I have had to learn to question what is real and true and good. Perhaps therapy and medicine and Tai Chi and mindfulness and critters and all those keys have been like Braille and sign language were to you, keys to wellness that we use to open doors. Your life story has been my teacher. You are my Annie. I have learned from you to be here now. I savor the tart yet sweet flavor of a peach and remember summer sunrises. I take a deep breath of lilac and sense my grandmother's love. I slide my hand down the soft back of my kitty, Helen. I form clay into a heart. Was that your trick? Paying attention to the senses that you did have, plus using your imagination? On your Braille typewriter, you write to me, "Smell is a potent wizard that transports you across thousands of miles and all the years that you have lived." What would you say to me, Helen, if I told you at times I have wanted to take my life? I know you would respond, "Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it." You have taught me that doing something hard, just because it is hard, doesn't make you a better person. But doing the hard work of loving yourself and communicating love to the people who matter is how you become fully alive and human. Could I please have the honor of being called the Helen Keller of schizophrenia? We may not be twins, but we sure are sisters. I promise to wear your name like a banner, using our stories to educate, fight stigma, and support others. I feel her tap her answer into my palm. The best and most beautiful things in life cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt within the heart. I hear you, Helen, with all my heart.